Hey guys, Jay from the Vape Depot here. I'm going to talk about something, and it's been something I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. And not really talk about, more explain to you all why you don't use a tank on a mechanical mod, especially a tube mod that's a hybrid top. I'm going to show some things to you. Atlantis tank. This is the Atlantis tank. This is probably what I've seen most in all the news articles, is this particular tank, Hercules, whatever. It's all very similar. They all are very, very similar in design and how they operate. And especially where the problem lies is in the coil design. This is the 510 pin. That is positive. That is negative. Positive, negative. Positive, negative. If these two were to touch something together while attached to a battery, it will short. It will short. If you're on a mechanical mod with a hybrid top, and if you don't know what a hybrid top is, then you shouldn't be running it. You should really be researching some more. A hybrid top, I'll give you the brief, is where the tank, or not the tank, your atomizer directly contacts the battery. So, which means this part would directly touch the battery, this part would touch the outside of the tube, and thus will complete your circuit when you hit the switch on the bottom. But the problem here lies is this pin here. On all tanks, these are floating. Floating. They are not fixed pins. You cannot use these on hybrid tops. And highly, highly suggest you do not use these on any mechanical mod, because these are floating. If this pin were to go flush with this, and especially on a hybrid, this and this would touch the positive side of the battery together. You would hit that fire button on the bottom and it would explode. The battery will vent and it will explode. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take this tank apart. I'm going to show you the coils. But before the coils, I'm going to show you the inside of the pin. This is your coil. This is the bottom. There's your 510 pin. You can see inside there, it's a floating pin. There's nothing but a little silicone or rubber seal suspending that. I'll pull out a screwdriver. I'm going to show you. I'm going to push this pin out. You see that? I just pushed it right out with this. And I can push it back in with my finger. Now, here is the coil. Positive, negative, positive, negative. Only these two, this little rubber seal here, is separating positive and negative. Now where this end piece, which is easy to take off by the way, regulates how deep this 510 pin goes. Yes, it regulates the depth of this. You might think, oh, maybe I just pulled this out, screw it back in, it's going to push that pin out and I'll be fine. You are wrong. It is also floating. Pliers. I'm not putting a lot of force on it. You can see it going in and out there. I'm squeezing it a little bit. As you screw your tank onto any kind of a 510 pin, if it's not floating, it's got a fixed 510, this is what's happening to the 510 pin on your atomizer or tank. It's pushing the coil in and out. When that happens, this part here will end up flush. It will end up flush, thus creating a bridge and an explosion. So, in all this, every coil design is the same as this. Every single coil design. You cannot trust this to keep your 5-ton pin extruding and constant. It will always move in and out. So, with all this going on, do not ever, ever use a tank on a mech mod, especially a hybrid top mech mod. Now, this also comes to note, You see how wide this little 510 pin is? You want to make sure whatever 510 you have on your mod or whatnot will not go past that. If you look in here, this is a relatively smaller one. Look on this tank, you can see how big that is. That is good. If you have anything that's got a fatter positive pin inside there, be very cautious about putting a tanker atomizer on there. This is very important. If it's unregulated, you will vent a battery. If it's regulated, the chip in it will protect it from shorting out.